Oh, Jace, I'm Craig Anderson.
Nice,
How
Mr.
you
Anderson.
doing?
Good.
We met in the group presentation a couple days ago. I appreciate
I
it.
didn't attend that. I didn't attend the group
Do
presentation.
you have a twin brother?
No, I wasn't there.
Man,
So
yeah,
I'm all new. I need to know about Aflac. I missed it. My bad.
Oh, you know what? I thought I'd seen you there. I apologize. Well, I'm happy that you're here because Rob put into place some amazing things for his employees. He wanted you guys to know how much he appreciates you.
Okay.
How long have you worked for Rob?
About 6 years.
Fantastic. Yeah, because he was saying that a lot of his employees had been with him for some time, and he was looking for a way of showing his appreciation for them.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about doing a little bit of a raise, and we got talking about other opportunities, other options that were available. And I asked him, "Do you guys have benefits?" And he said, "Well, not really." And I said, "Do you think that would matter to them?" And he said, "Well, some of them have families." And so he was really thoughtful about what he was doing, and he put this benefits plan in place to really, really show you guys how much he appreciates you.
Good.
So when you have a chance, I would suggest that you give Rob a nice big handshake and maybe even take him out to lunch.
Well,
he's been something pretty generous for you.
Will do.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we can do for you and what your needs are. So tell me a little bit about the last time you or a member of your family was injured or ill.
Well, the last time was probably my dad. He had a cancer diagnosis. That was the biggest illness that comes in.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Tweaked my back a little bit yesterday golfing.
Sorry to hear that too.
Yeah.
That hurts.
You seem like you're sorry. Yeah. It was, but my dad having the cancer diagnosis is probably the one that comes to mind.
Wow.
The most.
I can't even begin to imagine how that would feel.
Mm-hmm.
Is your dad still with you?
Yeah, he's a soldier.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And is he still undergoing treatment?
He is, but it's just going back and making sure that everything's in line. He went through chemo, he went through all that stuff, so he's good. It's in remission now.
How long has that process been?
Oh, 3 years.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea what that's meant financially for your folks?
Yeah, probably it wasn't comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things I had to go through from the medical side. I know that.
Yeah. The emotional side is hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
You add the financial component in, it's murder.
Sure.
It can be really hard. Now, you personally, you said that you also had injured your back.
Uh-huh.
How's that?
I tweak it every now and then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always tweak it. I screw it up. I'm pretty active.
Do you get it looked at?
No, not really.
No. Can you tell me why? You're just toughing it out?
Yeah, man, it's good. We all hurt ourselves, and we just move on, and it's part of life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you could do something for yourself where you're actually taking care of that injured back and getting paid to do it, would you do that?
If I was getting paid to do it?
Yeah.
I guess if someone was going to pay me to go do it, a lot of it is just I don't have the time, and then it's usually out of pocket cash and stuff like that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now one of the things that Rob is putting into place is, well, actually, let me explain a little bit about what he has done for you here.
Okay.
The type of benefits that are available for you are cash benefits. With Aflac, the best way to explain what we do is to tell you what we don't do.
Okay.
We're not major medical. So major medical pays doctors and hospitals. It makes them rich. They drive nice cars.
Nice.
But Aflac pays you directly.
Okay.
So we actually put money directly into your checking account so that you can use it however you see fit. So if you need help paying your co-pays or your deductibles or your max out-of-pocket expenses, those things can come from the money that's being given to you by Aflac.
Okay.
But there's also, if you went down today, I know you're important to the operation here in the law office,
mm-hmm.
and I know that from talking to Rob that he counts on you. And if you went down and were unable to work for a few weeks, that would make a lot of difference for him. That would be a really hard thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
But what would it do to you and your family if you went down and couldn't work?
Well, for a couple of weeks, I think I'll be okay. But for some of if I went through something major, like no, I mean, no one can go off of that, mm-hmm. right? I don't really think it from the medical side, it builds up enough, but everyone needs money, I guess.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it affected it. It would help anything.
No, it certainly wouldn't. So now, if you were disabled for, like you say, for 6, 8, 9 weeks, you're covered by state disability,
Mm-hmm.
which would get you about up to half of your current income. Would you be able to live for that long on half of your income?
No, no, I don't think anyone can live on half their income. But I have savings and I have stuff that I've prepared for that.
That's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now your savings is a fantastic thing, and a lot of people don't have that sort of that kind of forethought. So I commend you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, did you want that savings to be used for things like injuries and accidents and things like that, or would you?
No, I don't want it to be used for injury. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get sick. But I mean, I have it. And I developed it for that. Doesn't need to be used for that. It can be used for a lot of things. But it's just kind of that emergency, and I would say that's an emergency, right? I would have to kind of go that route.
If you could use your savings for anything, barring injuries or anything like that, if you could use your savings for anything, what would you use it for?
Oh God, I'd probably take my wife Tiff on a golf trip to Scotland.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That shows how much I have my life savings, like $8,000. That didn't make much sense. But that's what I would do with some of it. Yeah.
That's great.
Oh yeah. Or and I have some put away. I'd like to put some away for my kids and stuff like that.
That's fantastic. Now imagine you've got that $8,000 that you've got set aside to go to Scotland and give some to your kids, and you're feeling pretty good about that.
Scotland first.
Kids. Got to go on a golf trip.
Yeah.
I'd feel pretty good about that. That's pretty exciting. You got a plan. Well, you just injured your back and you can't work for 2 months. What happens to that $8,000?
It doesn't go to Scotland.
It doesn't go to Scotland.
Is that the right answer?
You don't go to Scotland
I don't
either.
go to Scotland.
Tiff doesn't go to Scotland.
Oh, Tiff doesn't. Oh, shit. If Tiff doesn't go to Scotland, I'm really screwed. No, I get you.
Yeah. So what Rob has put into place are some plans that are going to make it possible for you to still get the treatment that you need, still be able to provide for yourself on a regular basis, and not have to touch that $8,000 nut.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So now what he's done is he's actually done what's called a defined contribution.
Okay.
He told me that you're making about $50,000 a year. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's contributing $100 a month for your benefits.
Okay.
Which, break that down, it's about $25 a week. And if you were to match that, you could cover yourself for just about everything under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And
so what would his $100 a week give me?
Let me tell you. You've got several options available to you, actually. We have a fantastic accident plan.
Uh-huh.
Our accident plan covers you in case of any accidental injury. And I don't care if it's walking down the street and you twist your ankle, or you're in a car and you're in an accident and you in a coma, whatever.
I get you.
Any accidental injury is covered. So there are specific payout amounts for each injury. If you're hospitalized, or if you have to be in the hospital for 18 hours or more and you're staying overnight, there's a $1,500 hospitalization benefit, $300 every day thereafter.
Okay.
How would that help as far as if you had to be hospitalized? Do you think that would be helpful to you?
Yeah, I mean, our deductible, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure that would help on some of the off the top costs that come to that.
Yeah, now deductibles can be a real pain in the tail, because where does that money come from?
Yeah, that's pocket. That's Scotland.
That's Scotland.
Yeah, it comes from Scotland. All deductibles come from Scotland. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. You know that the word deductible is a Scottish word.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it comes from the Scottish root deduce. No.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so with the Aflac accident plan, you get paid for the injury.
Okay.
You get paid for the hospitalization. You get paid for the treatments.
Okay.
There's all kinds of cash payouts that add up, which can go towards that deductible. Or you can use the money in any way you want.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're hospitalized again, there's a hospital plan
Mm-hmm.
that Rob is putting in place for you as
Mhm.
well. So you get paid for that hospital stay as well, and those add on to each other, and that's $1,000 for the first night,
Mm-hmm.
and that is in conjunction with your overnight stay with the accident plan.
Okay.
So can you see how that's adding up so far?
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and little by little, we're chopping down that deductible, so you're not going to have to lose Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get treated and still get to take a tip to Scotland.
Gotcha.
Now, the way that we also have a cancer plan, which is phenomenal, and especially in light of what you were telling me about your dad. And I'm so glad he's doing okay. That's fantastic. The cancer plan, what happens with that is upon diagnosis, you get $6,000. Now, that's not something that we're giving you to try to make you rich.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a woohoo, I get $6,000 for being diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
That's because how do you think you'd feel if you were diagnosed with cancer?
Like shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I personally wouldn't use the word, but I agree with you. So in a way, I'm kind of swearing. Anyway, so that $6,000 is what some of us like to term poop money.
Yeah.
Because you're not feeling too good, and are you going to feel like going to work the next day?
No, obviously, go through that loss. I get it.
Yeah.
So it gets it going.
Yeah. So this gives you a little time to adjust to the fact that you've got cancer and you're going to have to take care of that.
Okay.
The cancer plan also has some amazing long-term benefits. Injection therapy, $900 a week,
Okay.
no lifetime limit on that.
Okay.
How much do you think your dad has paid in injection therapies?
Oh, I have no idea. I know a lot of that cost. I know some of it wasn't covered under his major medical, which is a bummer.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell you that number.
Well, think about that $900 a week over 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That there's no lifetime max on that, so that just keeps going. In fact, we've got an associate in our office whose father was treated for cancer and was covered on our cancer plan, and his plan paid out over $130,000.
Wow.
In the benefits that this offers. Finally, there's a short-term disability plan,
mm-hmm.
which covers you in case you're injured or ill, and the doctor says you can't work.
Okay.
So let's say the doctor says, for 6 to 8 weeks, you're not allowed to go to work. Well, we've already established that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Well, what this does is state disability gets you to about half of what you normally make.
Mm-hmm.
The AFLAC short-term disability plan brings you up to about 85%. So it gives you a little bit more to work with, makes it a little bit more palatable.
Mm-hmm.
Now that, in conjunction with the money that you've gotten from the accident plan or the hospital plan, the things that are taking care of the injury or the illness itself, will get you actually up to closer to what you actually make.
Good.
So you're not losing out by not being at work. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So the question for me is, would you like to stay with the basic safety net that he's put into place, or would you also like to look at some life insurance plans? You talked about your kids. We have some juvenile life insurance
mm-hmm.
that's available. We also have critical illness, which is going to take care of heart disease, liver disease, things internally.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, do you have any history of that in your family?
Yeah, my mom.
Okay, so that's something you definitely want to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take care of getting you registered with the safety net plan that Rob's put in place, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what we want to do for you as far as adding to that.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks. Done. 3 minutes early, actually.